Hello Stampers, this is Jeannie Moss, the Bluegrass Stamper here in Kentucky. And today I'm here to show you how to make a cute Halloween card using the Clever Cats stamp set. So this is the stamp set we'll be using to make this card. And the card is this one. So you can see we have a lot of circles on here, and I'm going to show you a really quick and easy way to get those circles. These are all stitched circles. I'll be showing you that in just a second. These are the supplies you will need for this project. So you can take a screenshot or pause the video or do whatever you need to do to get these down. The beauty of videos, you can stop them anytime. So to make this card, we're going to use a piece of gorgeous grape. This will be our card base. It's 5.5 by 8.5, and it's folded in half, and it makes a 4.25 by 5.5 card. You'll also need a scrap of paper to punch your circles. This is also gorgeous grape. And with this, I used a die from a set called Picture This. So there are two dies in this set. There's a die that cuts circles and a die that cuts rectangles. Now these, when you cut them out, there will be stitching on the outside of the circles and rectangles, and there will also be stitching on the circles themselves. So it puts stitching on both pieces, both the negative and the positive images. So this is what I've used, and I've actually used this piece. This is what's left over, because what we're going to keep for the card are all the circles. And so this piece I used to make a different card, and I'll show you that card. This is a Peekaboo card using the Cutest Halloween bundle. So this piece was this one. So then we cut that out, and then we saved all our purple circles. We're not going to be using the rectangle, but we did use this one. So we have all of our circles. We have our green layer. The green layer is 4 by 5.25. We cut our scallop circle. We're using this. We're going to cut this scallop circle from this because it's a layer and you won't ever see it. So this has been cut out of this. So we have a scallop circle. We also have a piece of basic black that's 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. We have a piece of basic white that's 3 inches by 4 inches. And we have a piece of this pattern paper DSP that is 1 1/4 inches by 3 3/4 inches. So these are all our pieces. We're also cutting a circle. We're using one of the circle dies from Layering Circle, and we're cutting this out, and we're leaving this space to stamp our broom. So this is what that will look like. You'll have the circle and you'll have a place for the broom. So I stamped the broom in Smoky Slate. I stamped the cat on the circle. He's in Memento Black. And then on our largest leftover circle, purple, the gorgeous grape, I stamped Have a Perfect Halloween. So those are the pieces that are stamped for now. So these are the pieces we'll be using. And we also have a piece of ribbon that will go across the front. It's probably, let me see if I put the size down on that. 6 inches, 6-inch piece of ribbon. So the first thing we're gonna do is take our circles, our purple circles, and we're going to adhere them onto this black square. So you can glue those or use your tape runner or whatever you want to use. And this is kind of the way I put mine on. You want to set your largest circle aside because it's going to be used as our greeting. So we're not putting it on the black circle. We'll be using it later. So you want to glue all these down onto this black piece, which I have already done. So here that is. And then on the back, we're going to flip it over and we're going to trim off the pieces that are hanging over. So just take your scissors and trim those pieces off. All right, so there's our black piece with our circles. Then I actually put a couple of little bats on this card. You can see here, I've stamped some bats on the purple circles. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I used the smallest. There are 2 bats in this stamp set and I used the smallest one. And I used the Memento black ink. And I'm going to get my foam pad, my Stampin' Pierce mat, because if your stamps don't have cushion, which the photopolymer do not, you'll want to have some kind of a cushion. So I'm putting those there. Alrighty. Now we've got our scallop circle already cut out of this piece, but this is our layer. So we'll be mounting this onto the top of the layer, and we'll just leave about 1/8 of an inch of border all the way around. And then we have our Designer Series paper, and we'll just put that right up underneath that. I'll line that up and glue it right on. And then we're going to take our ribbon, and I like to adhere this to the back. I don't usually adhere my ribbon on the front because I may decide I want to tie a piece of twine on it or another piece of ribbon. So I don't usually adhere anything on the front. So what I'll do on the back, I'll figure out kind of where that is, and I'll just run some adhesive along the edge of that. And then I'll put my ribbon across the front and get it where I want it. And then just pinch it on the back. And that will hold it down. And now if I decide later on that I want to add something to this, that is not secured. So I can slide a piece of twine up under there. Excuse me, while my clock chimes. Okay, then this piece, once you've got your ribbon on, this piece is ready to go on the front of the card. So I'm just gluing him right on the front, and he has a little bit 1/8 of an inch border all the way around him as well. So that's the base of our card. Then I took the cat stamp, this one that's sitting like this, and I stamped him in Memento black on the white circle that we cut out of this piece. So he's already stamped. And I took our Granny Apple green marker. This is the regular Stampin' Right marker. And I just gave him green eyes. I thought just give him a little bit of color. So our little cat has green eyes. Now I have to fussy cut this broom, which will take me just a second. I should have had this done already in advance, but I'll cut him quickly. I know this is like watching paint dry, watching somebody else cut, right? I try to avoid doing this on camera so that you're not having to watch this, but I forgot. Alrighty. Whoa, come back here. All right, 2 more little snips and I should be done. I apologize for that, for you happen to watch that. All right, so there's our little broom. Now I want to put the cat on the broom. So what I'm gonna do is take an X-Acto knife, and I've got a little cutting pad here. You can use a magazine or something that you don't want to keep. You don't want to use the foam pad that you stamp on because you really don't want to cut into this. This is a little self-healing mat. You can get these at the box stores. And I'm going to just cut a little slit on either side of his tail. So now there's a little hole. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I can slide the broom handle through this little hole. So I can put him on his broom, and then I'll just run a tiny bit of glue right underneath the cat, right along here. Just a little bit. You don't need a lot of glue, just a little bit. And then just secure that down so that the broom is stuck. All right, so there's our little cat on the broom. We will be then ready to put this on our green circle. So we can just put adhesive either on the white one or the green one. I usually put it on the smaller piece. If you're putting it on the larger piece, just stay away from the edges so you won't have glue out there where you don't want it. Line that up. Then this piece will go on with dimensionals. So I'll just put about 3 dimensionals on this. And then I'll line this up where I want it. Stick the cat on. Then I'll put dimensionals also on the back of this. And I'll figure out where that's going to go. And I'll stick that on. And that is our card. So you can see that you can use that die that cuts the picture this circles die, and you can use the outside portion for a peekaboo card, and then you can use your circles, leftover circles, they don't go to waste. You can make another card with those. So these are the 2 of our projects from my stamp club this month. This was the 3rd project. So I do have videos for all 3 of these projects. I hope you enjoyed them. If there's anything you need, if there's anything I can help you with, you can contact me at bluegrassstamper@gmail.com. Also, I have a blog at www.bluegrassstamper.com. I'd love for you to pop over there and look at projects and make comments. Thank you so much. Goodbye.